at Bridgewater in Bridgewater, New Jersey for Skylands Kings Hockey. Mike Formasano along with you on Sports Voice TV on YouTube. Some travel hockey here at the Youth 15 and under AA level between the Rockets Hockey Club and the Skylands Kings. Special game today as this and then a follow-up game between the Rockets and Kings later this week at Skylands Ice World will decide the sixth and final playoff spot in the Atlantic Hockey Federation playoffs coming up. Kings in sixth place, the Rockets in seventh. Kings barely holding on, Rockets right behind them. Whoever sweeps these two games will most likely go on. If it's a tie, if it's a split 1-1, the Kings right now have the inside track. Skylands now going left to right in your screen. Navy uniforms with gold and white trim. The Rockets in white, red, black, and yellow going right to left. Here we go. Face-off, won by the Kings. Pizza to Fazio. Tyler Fazio in the zone. Trip down. No call, we play on. Off the far boards. Sent all the way down the ice. And an icing on the play. Ethan Scanlon in net for the Skylands Kings. His counterpart, Garrison Thrune for the Rockets, number 31. Fazio taking the draw against Michaels. He goes forward with it. Along the back, Tyler Fazio looking to create something. Pass back to Dickin. Over to Gencarelli. Michael Gencarelli shoots. It's loose in front. Comes back to Dickin. Holds it. Sends it in off the boards. It hits the bracket on the glass. Back to Dickin. Shot. Save. Now Gencarelli fires. It's loose in front. Valente. Shot off the backboards. Here's Pita. Back to Gencarelli. Dickin with the shot. Deflected. Wide left. Michaels off the far boards. Chesson trying to clear. Now back to Pizza in the face-off circle. Shot. Deflected into, no, still in. Thrune got a piece of it. Stolen away in front, the backhand shot. Save Thrune off the Valente backhander. And now a check. Puck comes out to center ice. Here's Dickin. Fires it in. Behind the Rockets net. Picked up by Batista. And it goes all the way down past Dickin. It's going to trickle over the goal. No, he picks it up before the goal line, so no icing. Chesson on him. Chesson tying him up. Puck's loose. And that allows Gencarelli to get to it. Here's Michael Gencarelli. Off the boards. Trying to get it to Filato. Fazio. Tyler Fazio with it. Pass to Dickin. Over to Filato. He gets a piece of it. Gencarelli comes all the way down. It's going to be wide right. And an icing on the play. I really thought that Gencarelli got a piece of that as it went by. It should have been no icing, but shots on goal now 10-3 in favor of the Kings. Scoreless here at Bridgewater Sports Arena. Lucarello will take the draw for the Rockets against Stampone for the Kings. Face-off won by Skylands. Goes in the corner. Gallucci trying to pry it free. Stampone to Filato. Back to Stampone. Stampone with Formasano. 2-on-2. Pinelli back. 2-on-3 now. And they knock Stampone off the park. There's Carazzola. Carazzola trying to get into Lucarello. He does. Lucarello clears his own. Intercepted by the Kings. Both teams very cautious right now. They know it's at stake. A win today will be an inside track to a playoff spot. 2 wins. This and then the follow-up game at Skylands Ice World. Both victories by either team should secure a playoff spot. At the beginning of the season, you didn't think Kings would be in this position, but they have really come on the second half of the season. Sent in by the Rockets all the way around. Here's Rocco Gallucci. Team started playing in late August. Before even football started. Still going in February. Pass across, Lucarello. Now intercepted by Gallucci. Well, the season will end for one team after this weekend, this next weekend. And for one team, it'll continue on probably to Philadelphia. Gallucci fires. Saved by Thrune. Formasano picks it up behind the net. Turns back around. In front, intercepted by McKinnon. Gallucci steals it. Shot, save, rebounds loose. Formisano tried to sneak it home. Couldn't do so. Just out of his reach. Now to pass in front. Intercepted by McKinnon. Here's Pinelli. Pinelli to Michaels. Far end. Good push by the Kings there. Stick save by Scanlon in the corner. Pinelli in front. Another save. Now Filato. Mason Filato over the blue. Now over the red. Coming in. He'll shoot it in. Wide left of Thrune's net. And wholesale changes for the Kings. Valente with the steal. Player tripped down. And we got a delayed penalty call. It's going to be on Dickon. And, listen, we've talked about this before as far as the tripping calls. Player skates over the blade. I mean, you have to call it. But I don't think Dickon's going to appreciate that call. He had his blade out, and Batista skated right over it. So, the Rockets to a power play. Tripping call on Jonathan Dickon. It's now the Rockets' first power play of the afternoon. Face-off, Fazio and Lucarello. 75 with it, back to the point to Batista. Stolen by Fazio. He'll dump it out all the way down the ice. Here's Batista. Michael Batista over the blue line, now over the red. Coming in. Trying to get around Fazio and Klein. In front, cleared by Klein. Back to the point. Carrizzola shot. Blocker glove save by Scanlon. Now Chesson. Klein. Fazio with it. Tyler Fazio. Off of Batista. Comes out to Klein. Sends it all the way down. Intercepted by Carrizzola. Plays it in. Giancarelli right back outside the zone. Fazio after it. In the corner. Looking for positioning. Trying to get around Lucarello. Gives the Pizza. Pizza on the backhand. Intercepted by McKinnon. Sean McKinnon off the glass. Sent back to the Rocket zone. 55 seconds to go on the Dickon minor. Over to Chesson. McKinnon now with it. Just past McKinnon, and it gives Fazio a chance to jump on it. Fazio off the backboards. All the way around, not out. Carrizzola shot. Stick save by Scanlon, who's looked sharp so far. Into the netting, out of play. 35 ticks to go on the minor to Dickon. 11:25 remaining second period. Scoreless in Bridgewater. Filato take the draw to the left of Scanlon. Michaels and Pinelli out there for the Rockets. Although at number 75 will take the draw. It's won by the Kings, and Klein sends it all the way down the ice. To the right of Thrune, that's playing out of his net. Valente racing to get there. Gio Valente tied up by McKinnon. Now Batista with 18 seconds to go. Filato on him. Oh, nice move. Batista around the shot. And Scanlon gets his left pad down to prevent Batista with a shot. Sent all the way down the ice to the left of Thrune. Still on the penalty, so no icing. And the top line to make sure he's onside. Pinelli. Intercepted by Formisano. Good move. To the middle. Pass across to Dunn. Underneath his stick. Dunn in the far corner. Pass back to Arminger. Arminger holds. In front. Dunn. Behind the net. Connor Dunn. Goes to the near corner. Tipped off his stick. Pinelli with it. Pinelli clears his zone. Over the red line, now over the blue. Pinelli shot. Glove save by Scanlon. And he holds on. 10-12 remaining. Second period. Scoreless in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Mike Formisano here on Sports Voice TV on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us on this special game here. Travel Hockey, 15 and under AA in northern New Jersey. It's the Rockets Hockey Club hosting the Skylands Kings out of Stockholm. This and a return trip to Skylands either Tuesday night or Saturday afternoon. They haven't defined yet which one it's going to be. Between those two games, this will decide the last playoff spot in the Atlantic Hockey Federation playoffs. Sent in behind the net, at least on the 15U level. They have all different age brackets. The playoffs most likely are going to be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. on President's Day weekend. Dickin, back. Stampone. Chested after it, now Valente. Gio Valente across the blue line. Valente coming in. Behind the net. Stop there. Now picked up by number 75. It's loose on the side. Arminger behind. Cleared out by Gabriel Stampone. Valente giving chase. Our boards number 75 gets there first for the Rockets. Is Chesson. Pass out to Lucarello. Lucarello coming in. Arminger on him. Good check by Aiden. And that allows Stampone to clear the zone. 8:45 to go. Second period. No score between the Skylands Kings and the Rockets Hockey Club. 75 in. Looking for a shot. Wraparound. He's got Skylands out of position, but he can't get back to the post. Here's Fazio. Turns back around. Past Carazzola. Comes back out to center ice. Here's Batista. Good stick poke by Filato. Now Fazio with the steal. Batista gets it right back. Batista in. Good check in front. Cleared. Just trickled wide to the right post. James Chesson after it. Behind the Rockets net. Stolen in front. Backhander towards the net. Claudio trying to get a shot off. Lucarello with the steal. Off the glass, held. Fazio to Filato. Pass in front. Claudio doesn't get to him. And Michaels with it. Mason Michaels. Now here is Batista over to McKinnon. At the blue line, sends it in. Rockets after it. Klein will get there first. Michaels crunched in the corner by Maddox Claudio. No, Rocco Gallucci. Gallucci tying up Michaels. Still loose in front. Klein. Now here's Claudio. It was behind Filato. Held in by Chesson. Klein behind the net. Big check by Michaels. Gallucci after it. Gallucci, Michaels knocks him off the puck. Cleared by the Kings. Fazio down to center ice. Here's McKinnon with it. Claudio on him. Pinelli sends it in on the backhand. Goes to the near corner. Klein with it. Now Gallucci up to Filato. Filato trying to get around Carazzola. Sent in, intercepted by Klein. Claudio. Now number 75 in. Stolen by Fazio. Tyler Fazio with 6:17 to go in the second. He'll rip it all the way down the ice. Sends it in right on net. And threw it us to stop it. No icing. McKinnon. Pass up to Finelli. Big check by Klein. Now Gallucci. Cross ice pass. Stampone at the blue. Sends it in. Carazzola hits the referee. Lucarello with it now. Over to Pinelli. Pinelli in. High slot. Shot off the ankles of Klein again. And cleared by Gallucci. All the way down the ice. And this will result in an icing. 5:42 to go. Period number 2. Still scoreless here in Bridgewater. So now it'll be Stampone, along with Pizza, Valente, Dickin, and Jacarelli out there. Lucarello with the draw for the Rockets against Stampone. Stampone wins it, sends it to the far boards. Cleared. Oh, Valente had a break, and he just couldn't stop. He tipped it, takes it behind the net, trying to get around Carazzola, can't do so. Outside the zone, 2-on-1 developing. Pinelli at 75. Pinelli in. Pinelli, shot, save, Skylands. Now Carazzola. Pass across 75. Intercepted by Pizza. Good move by him. Vincent Pizza comes in to pass. Out of the reach of Stampone. Good check by Giancarelli. Lucarello in. Lucarello trying to get around Dickin. Good defense by Jonathan Dickin. Intercepted by Giancarelli. Michael Giancarelli over the blue line, now over the red. Off the Pizza wrister. 4:36 to go, second period, still scoreless. Face off will be to the right of Garrison. No, actually, number 30's in there now for the Rockets. So Thrun has been pulled out. And so now the goal change goes to, pull my roster out again, Devon Keeley. So Keeley in net. Thrun started the game. Now the race is on. Chesson. Shot. Right pad save by Scanlon. Kicks out his pad like a pinball flipper. Now Chesson. Klein in the corner. In front. Lucarello near boards. McKinnon. Shot. Deflected by Fazio. Goes in the right corner. Over to Filato. Off the boards. Trying to play it up to Formisano. Intercepted by Lucarello. Sent back in. Here's Braden Klein. Klein behind the net with 3:55 to go, second period. In a scoreless tie. Formisano goes over to Fazio. Tyler Fazio on the red. Michaels has it. Comes back outside the zone. Fazio at the red. Pass back to Klein. Braden Klein with it. Sent up the ice to Formisano. Trying to get around McKinnon. McKinnon just reached back for it. Now Fazio. Tyler Fazio. Gives it to Gallucci. Over to Klein. Klein, pass up. Formisano, backhand to Fazio. Nice pass. Fazio in. The shot wide left. Filato in the far corner. Filato back to Klein. Klein holds. Sends it into the corner behind the Rockets net. Fazio steals the puck. Tyler Fazio shot. Saved by Keeley. Back to the point. Gallucci. Knocked down by Formisano. Tied up by Michaels. Outside the zone. Good save there by Devon Keeley. My apologies. I didn't know when the change happened between Thrun and Keeley. Initially, he was 31 in net in the first period. And Keeley, number 30, is clearly in net right now. Here's Filato. Far boards. Michaels back to the point, not out. Giancarelli. Shot. Score! Michael Giancarelli from the point. Puts it past Keeley. And the Kings take a 1-0 lead. Michael Giancarelli with a blister from the point. Went through the screen and beats Keeley into the back of the